The Mental Health is a Lifestyle podcast is not a substitute for your relationship with a mental health professional. Hey, family. Welcome back to The Mental Health is a Lifestyle podcast with your girl, Andrea Wise-Brown, and her bestie, Celeste. Hey, Celeste.
Hello.
Okay. Are you ready to continue with this series, The Never Ever Mets?
I absolutely am. Yes. Let's do it. I'm excited.
Okay, we're going to break it down. Hold on. But
What's up?
family, I know that you guys have already done this. I know it. You love me. I love you so much. You've already done this, but if somebody's just scrolling by and you haven't done this already, join the family by clicking, this little thing right here that you see, and you're going to click that bell so that you get a notification every time there's a new episode up. All right. So we are here. Y'all know mental health is a lifestyle, and a part of your lifestyle is relationships. So I am here talking relationships with my bestie. And what we're doing is we're using the show Never Ever Met. You may relate to some of these dynamics, so we need some examples to kind of break down maybe what's healthy, what's not healthy, the red flags maybe to avoid in your relationships or in your next relationship. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. And we're here with my bestie. You ready?
I'm so ready.
Okay. All right. So today, and I need to point this out. You drinking your matcha. You got your matcha.
Matcha. Yes.
Okay. No lavender martini, but a matcha.
No. Had to let those go.
That's okay. But I'm still ruby lips.
Hear that?
Until I'm 99, I'm going to be ruby lips.
I know that's right. Don't let it go. It's you. Don't ever let it go.
Okay. All right. So today, friend, we're going to break down Sienna and Brandon.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay. So Sienna is from New York and she's 43 years old. And then Brandon is from Florida and he's 35.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let me start off with, do you think that that's a good age difference? Would she be considered like a cougar because she's 43 and he's 35?
No, I don't think so. I think that's a nice age difference. It's 7? I can't do math. 35, 43.
Me either.
44,
40. Yeah. 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Oh no, I'm doing it the wrong. 35 to 40, so it's 8 years. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad a number for either one of them. He has 2 children already, right?
Okay.
And I don't know if she does or not. I don't know. But for me, when I was, before I got married and I was dating, I found out that 8 years is probably as far as I could go, up or down, right?
Okay.
So, yeah, probably more like 5, but I don't have a problem with 8. 9 and 10 is too much. Too much of a difference. But 8 I think it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't realize she was 43 and he was 35. I thought it was the other way around. I thought he was 43 and she was 35.
So let's see it. Let's watch. Okay, we're gonna introduce them.
Okay.
The president.
The ship. Come on, let's do the ship.
Right.
You just tell him what to do.
No, I didn't even listen up. Nah, he sure did it. I mean, instigate him, bro.
Okay. You seem agitated. No. You sure? I'm sure. What do you feel? You tingly? Anything? Somewhat. How about you?
I just feel like I'm about to turn on the TV.
Wow. So remember, this task will force you to communicate and work together.
So I'm bored out here.
In this moment, nothing was sexually happening for me. I'm trying to be more vulnerable and express more of, my emotions. And he is already saying he's bored, which threw my mood off. So he just made it worse.
What's interesting, you chose a position not facing him. Is there a reason why?
The ship just seemed like the quickest one to get into. That one seems like it's a little more complicated.
Intimacy requires work. You chose not to work.
As far as the test with me and Sienna, I feel like we're both very sexual people, but I feel like the chemistry wasn't there. I think it's just seeing if we're on the same page, and then if not, can we get to the same page?
Well, first we gotta kind of set it up, right? So they're doing a round table, if you will, and they are presented with, she's presenting the Kama Sutra. They're doing an exercise in the Kama Sutra, and you have to choose between one of two poses or positions in the Kama Sutra. So one of them, like she said, was pretty complicated, might have took some time to get into, and the other one seemed pretty simple and straightforward. Ooh. So she took the lead and said, we're going to do this one. And so when they asked her, why did you choose it? She said, because it seemed like the easiest thing to do. So my thoughts on that exercise and him saying that he was bored, I felt like they were both bored and getting it done, right? So it was boring.
Okay, it was boring, and even to watch it was boring. However, I thought that was so interesting that he said, well, like he literally has a woman sitting on his genitalia, and he said that really he just felt like watching TV.
Yeah.
That was interesting to me. Like, that was interesting to me.
It was odd, but I don't know. I don't know where the disconnect came, because in their first date, I felt like they were very into each other, expressing. They had said on multiple occasions that the sexual tension between them was there. Why they lost it in this moment, I don't know. Was it because they were around people and she felt very vulnerable? And I don't know what his deal was. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I literally don't know. I don't know about the vulnerability, because the other couples also did this, and there was still cameras around and all of those things. So I think it spoke more to who they were. And for him, first she led and she chose the position, but then, and she was just doing it. She said it was because it was the quickest thing to do, right? It required the least amount of work, the quickest thing to do. And then for him, I just feel like, he checks out. I feel like he just checks out and he just numbs out. That's just my first thought about that, because he said he felt like he could just be watching TV and he had a woman just sitting on his genitalia.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what it was. It was uncomfortable for me, because I didn't feel like they were comfortable, and I don't know why. People who claim that they have sexual chemistry and the sexual chemistry is there, I can't tell what happened to it. Yeah, I was as bored as he was.
Okay. Well, maybe we're gonna figure it out.
Why do you think he disengaged? I have no clue.
Well, this why we doing this. Let's see their next interaction.
Gotcha.
Okay.
It's good crack.
All right, so drawing back to what we were talking about, you should move to New York.
You sound like you were open before.
I said that I was open to come to Florida. I wouldn't live with you prior to being married. What incentive would you have to marry me if we lived together already?
So it literally falls all on me.
Yeah, come to New York.
Now you're not even a little bit over.
No, I ain't gonna know. I'm not particularly a fan of Florida.
Sienna's allowed to have her own opinion and perspective on things, and it may not be for her. but sometimes there's an inconsistency in remembering conversations or prior conversations that we had.
I love being a New Yorker and I love being from the Bronx, but I'm most definitely removed. Like I'm very flexible in where, you know, I can live and still be able to work.
And then her stance will completely change on the same topic.
Do you think we're compatible?
There's not a doubt about chemistry. I think that's not a question and things, but I think some of the dynamics are turning.
What do you mean?
That I think you flip-flop on some of your answers.
You're the second or third person to call me inconsistent, and that hurts my feelings.
That's a big one. Who called you inconsistent also?
There's other guys I've dated. That hurts my feelings.
Now we're getting down to like a core. I think, and that's what's probably the scariest part for me.
Oh, you saying that I have a history of being inconsistent?
Yes. It's like when we try to talk, it's you try to over-talk me instead of listening. And you don't listen, and then I think things stack up.
Yo, you're a bitch, all right?
Wow.
You're a bitch, and you talking about irrelevant.
It's like, you see how you're not listening to how
I'm listening, and I called you a bitch. He has a habit of just saying the first thing that comes to his mind without thinking about how it would make me feel. It triggered me a bit. Like, you're talking about me and inconsistency. You got kids by multiple people.
How's that inconsistent?
You have kids by multiple people. I feel like having a broken marriage shows that you can't keep a promise.
Do you remember why I was married? Mainly because I had a kid at 20, and like, for me, that North Carolina Southern is kind of the right thing.
But it means that you can easily break a promise. And then not only did you have a broken marriage, then you went out and had a kid by somebody, and that didn't work either.
That's 10 years later, yes.
So for you getting on my case, talking about your very inconsistency and flip-flop, my
Well, first of all, we're here for a reason. Second of all,
my is showing your track record ain't really looking. What makes me any different than the parade of women that have come forward?
with Sienna, I feel like there's a lot of projecting based off her past. I consistently try to listen to her. I consistently try to communicate with her. But it comes to a point where it's like, you can't win.
So you heard when she said, do you think we're compatible?
Right.
And then he says something totally different. His response was he said something about chemistry. Like, his response was very different than what she actually asked. Did you even notice that?
No.
Okay. Meaning he responded, but what he responded to was different than what she actually asked.
Do you think we're compatible?
There's not a doubt about chemistry. I think that's not a question and things, but I think some of the dynamics are turning.
What do you mean?
That I think you flip-flop on some of your answers.
You're the second.
So you see, she said, do you think we're compatible? And then he said, he didn't answer, yes, we're compatible. No, we're not compatible, because his mind is turning. This is why he could lay on the ground. She could sit on top of him and he could feel like he's looking at TV. And his response was, I think we have chemistry, but there's something else going on. So,
yeah, he said that the dynamics are shifting.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So apparently there was a shift that maybe we didn't witness.
And she didn't either.
Yeah, I mean, but the first day he was very attracted to her. He was like, she's beautiful. Her smile lights up the room. Like, we have great chemistry. Like, seemed like he was really into her. So something had to happen.
There you go. And
maybe that we didn't see. And you said that's what got him disconnected in the beginning. And so do you think she's feeling the disconnect?
Even if she is, she's ignoring it because she wants what's fast. Let's keep watching.
Do you think we're compatible?
There's not a doubt about chemistry. I think that's not a question and things, but I think some of the dynamics are turning.
What do you mean?
That I think you flip-flop on some of your answers.
You're the second or third person to call me inconsistent, and that hurts my feelings.
That's a big one. Who called you inconsistent also?
There's other guys I've dated. That hurts my feelings.
Now we're getting down to like a core. I think, and that's what's probably the scariest part for me.
Oh, you saying that I have a history of being inconsistent?
Yes. It's like when we try to talk, it's you try to overtalk me instead of listening, and you don't listen, and then I think things stack up.
Yo, you're a bitch, all right?
Wow.
You're a bitch, and you talking about irrelevant.
It's like, you see how you're not listening to how
I'm listening, and I called you a bitch. He has a habit of just saying the first thing that comes to his mind without thinking about how it would make me feel. It triggered me a bit. Like, you talking about me and inconsistency. You got kids by multiple people.
How's that inconsistent?
You have kids by multiple people. I feel like having a broken marriage shows that you can't keep a promise.
Do you remember why I was married? Mainly because I had a kid at 20, and like, for me, that North Carolina Southern is kind of the right thing.
But it means that you can easily break a promise. And then not only did you have a broken marriage, then you went out and had a kid by somebody, and that didn't work either.
That's 10 years later, yes.
So for you getting on my case, talking about your very inconsistency and flip-flop, my
Well, first of all, we're here for a reason. Second of all,
my is showing your track record ain't really looking. What makes me any different than the parade of women that have come forward?
with Sienna, I feel like there's a lot of projecting based off her past. I consistently try to listen to her. I consistently try to communicate with her. But it comes to a point where it's like, you can't win.
Triggered her a bit. It triggered her a whole bunch.
Yes. Gut punches.
Yeah.
Triggered her a bit. She just went there with the, she called this man a bee.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And you talk about irrelevant shit. That's what she said.
But this is my thought. Listen, then, well, because he calls her on her stuff.
Yes.
Because she said other men have said these things to me too. This is not the first time. And I liked it at first when she was like, you know, it hurt my feelings. I love it. She was being honest. She was being vulnerable. And she said it hurt my feelings. For me, I'm thinking, okay, somebody must have told her this before. She's had some insight because she even identified her feeling. It hurt my feelings. But when she did that, I think she was expecting something back, like for him to be softer. He goes, pretty much, this ain't gonna work, or that ain't gonna work, or you need to do that, and that's a problem for me.
This is a pattern. This is what you do. Well, here's the thing. In my opinion, they're dating long distance. So you have to be, so consistency is important in establishing this relationship. So if he's asked you important questions like, are you willing to move to Florida or come to Florida? You live in Florida. And you say, yeah, I'm open to it. I'm good with it. Then he's put that in his mind. Anyway, but so now he has the answer to that question because he's probably got a checklist of his own that he's trying to make. Like, I want to meet a beautiful woman. Is she willing to move? And part of that being open to dating her is the fact that she said she was. So now I suspect that the disconnect may have happened in conversations since they've been there that we haven't seen, to where he's like, wait a minute. So it's not just this one instance that she probably has been inconsistent. It's a couple of spots that she's probably been inconsistent. So he wants to drill down on it because this is important to him. Yes. So that's how I see it.
I see it the same way. And I don't know that he's really used to using his voice. Like, I don't know that he feels really comfortable with using his voice. But I think that he, you know, going back to, this is why he just laying there talking about he could just watch TV, because he had been seeing these inconsistencies. And what's in his head was a straight disconnect. So now I think when she did the whole softening up and was vulnerable and started talking about, you know, well, that hurts my feelings, he thought, okay, it is safe enough for me to express how I feel. Then once he starts expressing how he feels, which had to do with her not being perfect, And not only that, he said it was a concern for him. He said something like it was a concern for him, right? So I think for her, that really scared her. So like now you get to see me, and now you talking about it's a concern for you? Like, oh, you may be out. So before you leave, baby, I got a going away gift for you. I got to go to it.
Yes.
And what was the parting gift was, you're
a bitch. You say irrelevant shit. Yep, I called you a bitch. Yeah, that's crazy. Then you saying that's fear that's talking, just put her. Like,
absolutely is fear, because now she feels like she needs to defend herself. So now, because she feels like he's gonna leave her like the other ones did. So now,
yeah,
you would be, and then now I'm gonna attack you. So now I'm gonna insult you.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay all your shit out and tell you just how messed up you are. Boom, boom, boom. Here's my problems with you, clown. She started shooting. She let him have it. Oh my God.
Your failed marriage. Right? She was just coming.
You gotta beg 2 baby mamas. You can't keep a promise. Don't talk about my stuff, sir.
So before you leave, I'm going to shoot up the club before you leave. But listen, like you're not just going to leave here making me feel small and you feel large because now you got the power. So let me make you feel real small. But this was the thing. You knew all of this about him before you even came here.
Exactly. And yes. So my problem with her is that, somebody telling you you're inconsistent, is that really a big enough diss to go that deep? You know what I mean? Is it that serious that you had to take it there? But like you said, she's probably triggered because she's heard this from more than one man.
Exactly.
She's heard this from multiple men, and it's probably led to the ending of a relationship. But again, if that's what you're doing and enough people have said it about you, shouldn't you say, well, I've been told that before, so maybe I should probably look at that. Tell me what I said that was inconsistent. Can you give me a reminder?
Yes.
It did not have to be all this. So.
Yes. When we committed on working on ourselves, right? It's like, okay, I keep hearing this over and over again, so it can't be everybody else. Maybe I'm inconsistent. Let me look at, what I've done, so let me try to change that. But no. She went in.
Yes, she did.
Okay. So we go, let me show you how she pushed it a little bit further.
Okay.
Finish our conversation.
Which one? And am I gonna get to talk?
Yes, you're gonna get to talk. You see, like...
You know how it is with women, bro. They talk, you listen.
I just feel like he has a kind of a history of failed relationships. This dude done been married, that failed. This dude got a baby mother, that failed. Like, I mean...
You don't know the details
you're right. Anything
about it,
happen.
but how do you know if it's his fault to why they failed?
I got divorced at 21, but I'm not gonna stay in a marriage that feels toxic. That's not happening. She thinks that you should stay in a marriage no matter what, to each its own. Some people will, not me. And I take marriage very, very serious as well.
You sound bogus even saying that, because if you took marriage seriously, you still would be in that first marriage. If you took that seriously. 20? It just makes me think that when the tough gets going, you're gonna drop out and you're gonna just like it off. I would try to go to counseling and salvage it. I don't know if I'll be able to just jump up and walk away.
I think Sienna's valid to feel the way that she feels about, my past relationships and everything. But at the same time, this is not new news to you. This is something that you've been known. If you're not willing to listen when someone talks, then you can't get anywhere.
How old are you?
I'm 35 now.
35. That's 15 years. This man done changed 3 times. Why do we assume that something coming to an end is failure instead of growth, instead of a journey?
I thought when you got married, it was supposed to be for the rest of your life.
Have you had failed relationships?
Yeah, but not marriages, though.
Okay, but it still failed, though.
we're not perfect beings. That's what we're trying to say. Okay, so yes, he's a different. He is grown,
about him now.
and
You
you
like,
are
you rocking
different.
with
See,
him?
with your failed
It's a
relationship, you're
weird-
different now
it's
too.
chemistry
Like
is
when
like-
it comes to getting serious, it just
Give him some more time, though. I feel like with time, you see everything that you need.
you do. Because I
That's the
knew
reason.
this before, but when he came, getting to know each other now, I'm like,
Give that man 10 days.
10, got you.
What you thinking about that? I thought that was so interesting.
Yeah, like you said, she wanted to push it just a little bit further and bringing the conversation to the group that they had, to where she let me dish you in front of everybody now.
That's
and
right.
tell you how messed up you are in front of everybody. Which to me, I don't know. It's a character issue for me now with her, because I don't like stuff like that. Like, let me drag you out in front of everybody and embarrass you because you've brought something to you've held a mirror up to my face. And then the projection throughout the entire time, she's, you had a failed marriage, and I think you should go to counseling. If you're married, you're in a commitment, you don't just leave. That just makes me think you're gonna up and leave, which is translation for we probably gonna need some counseling if you're gonna be in a relationship with me, and I don't want you to run off while we're doing it. Like, but yeah, your thoughts? What you think?
Yeah. Well, I think she was really further trying to shame him and embarrass him because she felt so insecure. She felt like he was done. He didn't say it, but that's what she felt. I really feel like, so she was just like a little chihuahua, and she was fighting for her life. We don't see that, but I see like she was just fighting for her life. So now he doesn't get it back there. He didn't get it in there. Like, oh, he making me, so I don't know. He gonna be here. Is he gonna be here or not? So that goes to show her fear. Inconsistent. You inconsistent because you ain't staying this. You ain't staying that. You ain't staying this. And so you calling me because this was already a concern for me. Now you sound like you checking out already. Okay. So now before you check out, I'm embarrassing in front of everybody. So when you leave, they don't look at me like I'm the problem. Let me let everybody know you're the problem. And then at the end of that, she sat there and said, I mean, I did know all of this before, but when you get in front of somebody, girl, that don't even make no sense. When you get in front of them, then what? You get to forget it?
Now it's a problem because I know it in face to face.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I love the way the group wasn't really feeling that, right? They're like, he was 20 when he got married the first time. And, relationships fail. Have you never failed in a relationship? Yeah, but not a marriage. Well, I mean, still, it's a failure in your book. And the other girl's like, it's about growth. He's changed 3 times since then. Since he was 20. So he's learned things along the way. You don't do the same things when you were 20 as you do as you were 35. But she may have been consistent the whole time, all since 20 on, 20 to 43. Yeah,
exactly. But then I thought what was interesting, the next clip. But okay, I'm going to show you because at this point I'm thinking she done embarrassed him. He's standing there. He said, "You gonna let me talk?" So this should be it, right? Don't you think, Celeste?
I would. If I'm a man, I'm leaving. If I'm a woman, if we were doing this, like, you know what? Let me go pack my bag and let me roll up out of here because this is not gonna work. How can I communicate? How can I have a relationship with somebody I can't communicate with, and I can't tell them things I see that are a concern to me? Okay, let me show you this.
It brings you any peace of mind. We ahead of y'all ass.
Yeah.
But,
probably.
but all jokes aside, saying it's not a race, and it sounds like probably everything he wants to say to you that maybe you can't find the words or something.
You're not a bad guy. You're a great guy. She said you're a great guy. She even said you are. We have an image of what things should be like, but when you really get in the relationship talk now,
You're seeing a different.
You're seeing a different. Like, are we really compatible?
Little dumb is adding up. That's one called me a bitch at the pool table. Like,
Cross the lines of
I'll do
the disrespect. respect
you
that
say
we
you're a
don't.
bitch. Like,
Yeah,
then
I get it.
I'm not even, I don't even want to take you to the boom boom room.
I
If you
get
acting
it.
like that,
I
I'm not
get it.
turned on.
I just get platonic vibes. I'm not gonna ask if you feel a spark from him. I have the answer. Clearly, hell no, not yet. Maybe that's why y'all can't get the needle going forward. I look at y'all like a seesaw.
We're so comfortable as friends so far.
All right.
So I don't know. Maybe if one day he has an open, honest conversation with me about how he feels.
So you're saying if he'd be a man about it, and he'll get
Yeah, just
tough.
let me know. Like, kind of leave the relationship and
Yeah.
let me know, like, what you want.
Yeah.
And then I can say I'm with it or I'm not.
I don't know.
She wants to feel secure.
Yeah.
She just needs an alpha male. She's kind of like me. I get her.
But you
like 100%.
listen and you communicate. You're literally the easiest to
But I get it. You need the respect too. You need to feel like for me to do that or to see her, I need for her to show me respect that I deserve so it could be easy for me to do that. I understand both ways because that's how I am too. I've been through stuff. So sometimes you just gotta be patient, do what you've been doing. But like I said, it's communication.
Seeing Brandon talking to Millie, going behind my back and talking about me to someone else, another woman especially, how is that conducive for my relationship to you?
Good day. Good night.
That was very eye-opening for me. Perhaps he and I just are not for each other.
Brandon, we're about 72 hours in. How do you feel it's going?
Are things adding up to possibly more? Probably not.
Hypothetically, if this were the last day.
If we're leaving the house tomorrow, we're not leaving together.
Okay.
This chick is a piece of work. She's a liar. I don't care what you say. She's lying. She's lying on that man.
Okay, wait, what's she lying about?
She lied. Well, she said if he could be open and honest with me and have a conversation and tell me what it is that he wants, and I can say yay or nay whether or not I want to do that. That's exactly what the conversation kind of was about. Like, A, can you move to Florida? Or B, can you be consistent?
Absolutely.
That's what he's saying. Can you be consistent because you haven't been? And she's like, bitch. That was her answer. Can you be consistent? Bitch.
I can be consistent with that. She said, I can be consistent with that.
Yeah. And to literally be having a conversation with another dude about the relationship, but then you come upstairs and have a comment about him having a conversation with a female and find it disrespectful is cuckoo crazy to me. Yeah, I wouldn't want anything to do with her. I would be like, Brandon, you couldn't pack. They wouldn't have to ask me to leave. I promise you. Like, no, I don't care if my flight leaving at 6 a.m. I'll be there at 9 tonight. I will be there at 9 pronto. What time is the car coming? No, I'm not coming to dinner. No, fuck dinner. I'm not eating. No. Pass. Get me out of here. Who wants to do that?
Get me out of here. Oh my gosh. Wait though. Dysfunctional thinking. Everybody else is the problem and not me. She just left a situation. So I'm with you on the lying part because she was lying because he was honest with her. He did tell her what he wanted. But then, the biggest contradiction, the most hypocritical thing that I think I may have ever seen on TV was she walks in with a dude where she literally is discussing the same relationship about her and another dude by herself, walks in to see him doing it, and now it's disrespectful, and how could he ever do anything like that to me?
Right.
Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Like, it's so...
Listen.
Okay. Let's see how she handles it. Let's see how she handles it.
Brandon.
We're having issues, I guess, getting to the romantic aspect, because we had it when it was only online. And now we're just kind of having problems.
I try to communicate.
No, you didn't.
That's happening right now.
Whose is this?
That's his for his guitar.
Hold that. Whoever got that is who's speaking.
This is a good exercise.
What do you want to establish with Sienna?
I think, if anything, communication. Well,
I don't have communication issues with you, and you know that. I really don't want nobody mediating me with a third party. I don't know what your intentions are. That person could be trying to wrestle you away from me.
Still talking?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Come on, Sienna. I want to go in there and hit her in the head. I'm like, you want a man. You asked for a leading man. Let the man lead, please.
it's like you keep going and going and going, and then you work yourself up. And then I just start shutting down and getting frustrated because I can't even get a word out. You're like, see, you're not saying.
So before you get up here and jump on the she doesn't listen train, when we were playing pool, I was being vulnerable, and you sat there and started laughing.
Yeah.
Did you laugh at her when she was expressing how she was feeling?
I laugh a lot. I know that's kind of like a, I don't know the word.
Do you do that because you're nervous or?
There is a word for that or whatever,
Yeah.
but I never laugh at somebody's feelings. You know I like to just have fun. I want to enjoy life. I want other people to enjoy life. Somehow ending up in twists and turns is, back again, comical. This is my laugh, but that's comical to me because this is probably the most drama I've ever had. This is not me.
My struggle in my relationship with Brandon is the fact that our relationship was virtual, but it has kind of gotten to reality. So every time I speak to Brandon, I learn something. Like, Brandon has a nervous laughter, which is a part of who he is. So I'm not downing him. And once he and I both fully accept each other, we might be able to move on. See, all right, you have a nervous laughter. I have a flair for the dramatic, and I'm gonna be like, oh my God, this guy is falling, when it's not. But that's just part of my personality. You could love it, learn to live with it or not.
Do y'all like each other?
Of course. Like, we can kick it. Like, if he said, let's go out down chilling somewhere right now, I would go.
I just want to know, did y'all apologize to each other?
I'm really sorry for calling you that name. Your laughter kind of, it hurt me because I didn't realize where it was coming from.
Obviously, neither of us are perfect. There are things that I know that I can definitely change. Dating online, Sienna and my chemistry was freaking awesome, explosive. That girl right there on the bottom, so gorgeous, man. Being in this house, the things that I enjoyed most about my relationship with Sienna, just spending time together on the couch.
This feels really good.
Her smile sometimes can change your day.
That artwork is funky.
I see two pugs, one
pugs?
blowing smoke. I am willing to put this fight behind us to continue to push forward and get to know her more.
She says when she's in confessionals, I feel like it's a totally different Sienna that we get versus the one that's sitting next to Brandon. Like, so who knows what this man was dealing with when they were one-on-one? Like, who was that he was dating for however long they've been dating online, to where the chemistry was great and good and all these great things, to where within 72 hours, this whole thing has fallen apart because he's actually getting to see the real her. So she must have been really putting it on thick in on FaceTime.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. That's so good. Like you said, probably like in her confessionals, how she sounds pulled together and she has these points. And yeah, so that's probably what she was delivering him. You're right. She probably was delivering that. You know what stood out to me? Well, go ahead. You got another point?
No, like I said, it was so much in just those couple of minutes that she did that. I was just like cringing, I don't want to have a mediator before you jump on the she can't communicate train. It was just, but you can't, like, and she shuts down communication to talk about what she wants to talk about. You go.
No, but listen, you sure right, because I forgot about that, because it wasn't like that clip when she hit. So now she trying to get them in check. She's trying to, and we don't need no third party. Well, who's the third party? Is she talking about them, or is she talking about when he was talking to the chick, to Millie? Like,
might have been a little bit of both.
Right, but like all of a sudden, I don't need no third party because I don't know what you going to tell him. That's going to, if you trying to pull him away, you hear the insecurity. But wait,
who is she talking about? Who's going to pull him away?
Who wants
Are they pulling him into a threesome? Pulling him into what is the Diamond? Is Diamond trying to steal him right in front of her man's face? I'm confused.
Or is it Millie? Is she threatened by Millie? Did she feel like Millie was trying to pull him away when they was talking?
I mean, Greg wasn't trying to pull her away when she was talking to Greg. So how you get mad because Millie, Greg's significant other, is talking to your man?
Mm-hmm.
But you were so comfortable before bringing everybody into the conversation that y'all had at the pool table. No problem with that, trying to shame him, right, in that moment in front of everybody who didn't know anything that was going on. But, and then on top of that, you're having a conversation with Greg, Millie's dude. And then now he's in the wrong for having this conversation. And now Diamond and Aaron, I think that's his name, Aaron J, they're in the wrong for even having a conversation because she doesn't want all of the stuff that she said and done to come out in this conversation. She does not want that because she knows she was in the wrong. She's not taking any accountability for anything. So, and I'm surprised he hasn't said that to her at this point. Like, you've not taken accountability for anything. And, it basically was, what did she say? She said that, I want to know, when did he laugh at her at the pool table?
Okay, good, because this is where I want.
After she called him a bitch.
Okay, wait, hold on, because I really want to talk about that, because just before he told her what he needed to tell her about her inconsistency, he did not laugh. And the laughter, that nervous laughter, is considered a tick. So like when you feel anxious, you might do a little scratch of the head, pull an eyebrow, a little laugh. So he does have that tick, that little nervous laughter. But what's so interesting is that she knew that he had that nervous tick. He knew that he had that nervous tick. And this was another way to make him feel bad, to deflect from what it was that she did. So let me put you on Front Street and let me talk about, oh yeah, this is weird, right? Because I'm sure that's not the first time he's heard that about this nervous tick. So then he goes to explain it, because just like you said, see, he didn't laugh before he delivered the message about her inconsistency.
And so did he?
Go ahead.
So did he? My question is, I can't remember. Did he laugh when she said that hurt her feelings?
I think you flip-flop on some of your answers.
You're the second or third person to call me inconsistent, and that hurts my feelings.
That's a big one. Who called you inconsistent also?
There's other guys I've dated. That hurts my feelings.
Now we're getting down to like a core. I think, and that's what's probably the scariest part for me.
Oh, you saying that I have a history of being inconsistent?
Yes. It's like when we try to talk, it's you try to over-talk me instead of listening. And you don't listen, and then I think things stack up.
Now, did you hear that? He did not laugh.
Did not laugh. Did not laugh. If anything, he laughed when she called him a bitch, because he's probably like, I better not lose it up here because I don't want to get... And sometimes that's what men do to de-escalate themselves, right? Or people do to de-escalate themselves when they like, okay, this is escalating. Like I can't... or in disbelief, right? I can't believe you just said that.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. So she picked one chuckle and made it that he was laughing at her feelings, which is a lie.
She was lying. She was lying. That's what I'm saying. And then she pulled that to shame him, to make him feel small about this nervous tick laughter, and tried to compare it to her bad behavior, which she called being dramatic. You wasn't being dramatic.
Right. So she used it to say, you're a bad person because you laughed at me, all right, and stuff. And then then in the confessional or whenever she said it, then she pulled him back down again, like Trump, inflate it and then deflate your value, right? So then she deflated the value and was like, well, he has a nervous tick and I have a flair for the dramatic.
Did you hear that?
Cut it out. That's what he means by inconsistent.
Did you hear
That's
that?
what he means by inconsistent.
Yes.
And I think for him, even though he said in his confession, I'm ready to put this argument behind us, he is done. He is just done.
Yes,
I think in his mind, come on, how could he not be? There's nothing really left to hold on to, right? Now that smile's probably not as bright to him anymore. She doesn't look at their body or whatever. He's probably looking at her hair like, what's going on here? Everything is probably off for him at this point. Whoa, that's a lot of hair. That hair look cozy, don't it?
Wait. Listen. I promise you. When we watched this, you hate that hair. And listen though, see, she could have been she could have just been having a bad hair moment. I mean, I've had them before where when you get back home, you be like, God, why didn't I do something better with that?
She know it's bad. That's why she keep food. That's why she's messing with it. She knows it's bad already. She knew it was bad when she left the house, but she couldn't get her money back. She had to catch a flight. Woo! I'm telling you. Oh my gosh, that's like 6 packs of hair, honestly.
Okay, In all fairness, family, I'm about to put up this picture. When I look at myself, and I had did this news thing, I just hated my hair. But wait, I'm gonna show y'all this picture. I'm gonna put this up because we talking, we real.
Listen, I can talk about my hair.
No, but best friend, though, I had a moment. And later I was like, God, but it was too late. It had already aired, so it was too late. Let me put this picture up. Okay. Whew, so I just have to show that picture. But what you say, she had too many pounds?
Yeah, that was six. I don't even call it bundles. I don't know what to do. I don't know what you do when you get the braid hair, or they might be tree braids. I don't know, but it was too many. Whatever it is, that is a lot. That's a lot of hair. This is my first time getting my hair like this, right? The bob thing, right? And so when I first got it done, I finished, and I looked in the mirror, like it was really big at the bottom and then kind of flat here, whatever. I told my sister, I'm like, girl, I look like a poodle. You gotta cut this hair. So she had to cut it. I'm pulling I'm pulling the loose hair out just so it's not so bulky, because I got a little head. Now I got these big, pom-pom like the poodles wear. And I'm like, girl, I look like a poodle. She's like, well, I didn't think that until I saw it. Till you said something and pointed it out. I would have never thought that. She's like, but yeah, you do. Come on. Yeah. Anyway, that's that.
Oh my gosh. So we can say to Sienna, we've had those bad hair days. So since now we've talked about ourselves.
Yes. Okay. Now it's okay. Is everything okay? No nastiness in the comments, please. Shaming, shaming her. No. Sister's supposed to be able to tell sisters when your hair is a mess and things are a mess because we've all been there. Don't do it. Plus, I don't read the comments anyway.
Wait, Celeste. Please don't tell me braid shaming is a thing.
I don't know. I just made it up, like they make up everything else these days. Anytime you say something like, oh, this they probably need to. Don't, whatever, shame her. Don't hair shame her. Don't braid shame her. Don't, lipstick shade her. It's just silly now. But anyway, don't care. Said what I said. I stick by it. Sienna's hair is a mess. But anyway, no, he's probably looking at her like, none of this looks the same anymore. The package does not look the same anymore, which is what happens with people when you start to lose interest with somebody. Like the things that you thought was cute and sexy before, you're like, I don't know, you're not as sexy and fine as I thought you were. Because, beauty shines from the inside out. Goodness shines from the inside out. And then when you are the opposite or whatever, it can change how somebody sees you.
When you dirty.
Not dirty. Did I say dirty?
Okay, all right. So let's hear what he says. Let's hear this. Is he still into this?
Oh, we chilling. Talking about how you embarrassed me on national television and called me boring. I don't think I'm a boring person at all.
I'm pretty sure I was talking about the position.
What did you tell Millie?
What do you mean, tell her?
What did you tell her? I'm asking you, what did you tell her?
And we had a conversation based off of our interactions and.
So what did you tell her?
I mean, some of that's like private.
What did you tell her?
Little dumb is adding up, so that's why
I understand, but you have to be tough to crack that. You're not a bad guy, you're a great guy. She said you're a great guy, she even said you are. So sometimes you just gotta be patient, do what you've been doing, but like I said, it's communication between that. You get what I'm saying?
I feel like that you're bothered by conversations that I'm having with other people.
How are you gonna talk about me to somebody and then don't tell me what you said about me to somebody else?
Okay, let's try on a simple scale to make sure we're on the same page. If I go to, we'll use...
That would be like me saying something about you to Greg and then not willing to tell you what I said.
You just yelling again, you're not listening.
I'm not yelling, but like, do you understand how that just doesn't make any sense?
A lot of this isn't making sense. None of this makes sense.
You done told somebody something about me and I'm sitting here defenseless and I don't even know what the you said. I don't know what you said because you won't tell me.
This is why it's hard to communicate with you.
Hard to communicate and you don't want running around talking about me to other people and not telling me what the you said. What did you say?
I told Brandon that he needs to her down. I was like, you guys, she's from New York, I'm from Jersey, I know what's up. Like,
what's up?
She's so hard, like, you gotta just break that.
It's your last ditch effort, man, to go in strong.
That's your last effort, that's the only way it can change.
I think Sienna's used to a man who's a little more rough around the edges. I commend him for never kind of breaking form when she's yelling and screaming. But they said they got on physically and she would talk about sex and things like that. You go in that room and lay the pipe and do your thing, I bet you you bought yourself 72 hours of no bull.
That's why she curses at him and calls him a bitch. Like, and now we see why.
What did you say?
What are you saying?
Yo, what did you say? What did you say? What did you say? What did you say?
You're developing your own
What did you say? Developing my own. What did you say about me?
Oh my God.
How are you gonna sit in my face and then turn around and talk about me behind my back? I don't even know what you said. You could have said, I hate that bitch, I don't like that bitch. What, you know what I'm saying? What did you say?
Everything that I...
Yo, what did you say?
I'm literally trying to talk to you and then you still cut me off. This is the whole thing.
And then,
this is the whole thing, is I literally cannot talk to you. I cannot.
No, you talk about me behind my back to other people.
That doesn't even make sense.
That's what you do.
When Sienna acts out like this, I feel like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. In person, dating is so different. And it's exhausting. You're getting hot right now.
Yeah, I'm upset because you're talking about me behind my back and I don't know what the you said. You need to go to ahead. If you're gonna talk about me behind my back, listen, I talk to you, I tell you how I feel in your face. You don't need to be talking about me behind my back. Get your foot off my bed.
Oh, no,
get your goddamn foot off my bed.
Okay,
get it off my bed.
This doesn't make any sense.
You talking about me behind my back instead of just saying, yo, running and telling her, what is that gonna do?
I stood my ground to try to give her a chance to actually reciprocate and allow me to actually say something, but it's just becoming a repetitive cycle. You're not making
What is that gonna do?
any sense.
And I'm asking you what you said.
I haven't been able to get a word
I'm asking you
in.
what you said.
So right now,
running behind my back and talking to her is doing what for me? It's doing what for me and you, and it's not funny.
I can't.
You need to go to ahead.
We done, you know what?
You need to go to ahead. You need to go to ahead. Because if you're gonna talk about me behind my back and I asked you what you said, you need to go to ahead.
Bro.
Talking about people behind their back. How is that helping me?
I literally can't win for losing.
What the hell happened now?
I don't know, Shay's up there with her, so. Oh, I was trying to say that pretty much. I'm not saying anything essentially behind your, I'm still shaking up, but I'm not saying anything behind your back. I didn't get to say anything, really. I really didn't get any words out.
Like, why is she going crazy up there, though, like that?
I'm still processing that whole situation.
Look, bro.
I'm gonna say I was talking about that we can't communicate.
Listen, bro. Personally, bro, you need to, dead this whole...
I'm not stupid, I've been done.
Just dead it, bro, because it's not going nowhere. It's like she's so constantly hot and cold.
I feel like with their relationship, it's definitely not gonna work. Maybe they could be cordial and friends, but relationship-wise, I don't think Brandon should even entertain that type of woman because she's just very negative towards him.
Sienna, what happened?
All right, he's talking, he had a conversation, something about how his feelings about me or something like that. So I'm like, what did you say? I don't feel I have to tell you that.
Why?
That's my question. That's my question. It must have been something nasty.
Yeah, why?
You know what I'm saying? It must have been something nasty if you can't say what you said.
The excellence of driving a Buick is matched by the excellence of the dealership experience when you own a Buick.
Yeah.
What type of is that?
Now he was with who?
He was talking to Millie, and apparently they had some sort of conversation, which is fine.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. Mm-hmm. But why can't you tell me what was said?
The line was done. Like, there's no coming back. There was checks that I was tallying in my head, but she called me a bitch at the pool table. She's like, you a bitch. Oh, you.
Oh, yeah, you gotta get rid of that. Nah, you done.
I was like, just listen, take 30 seconds, just be quiet. Let me answer your question, because you're working yourself the up.
But what I feel like is y'all need to, like, reset. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's no. I'm still saying never say never. I'm not, I know what I'm. I must be boo-boo the fool. This is a big world. I'm here. I'm gonna be. Come right.
Cause that's what, like, at the end of the day, both of y'all.
Okay. There's too many things.
That was not a good vibe. That was not a good vibe.
Boop. Throw the roses at his foot. We all look down like, what the heck is that? It's crazy. I thought it was crazy.
Such a pattern now. I know that will change in 3 hours, 4 hours.
When situations happen like this with Sienna, I don't see a healthy relationship. It feels more of like a toxic relationship at these times. I don't want toxic.
I do believe in fighting for stuff. Don't get me wrong.
It comes down if you feel like she's worth it.
She's not.
You probably standing around waiting on him to do something wrong so she could throw it in his face later. I'm just saying. It's the way he put that butter in them potatoes, on those potatoes. It's just the way he did it. It was just disrespectful. Yeah, that's her in her mind. Or let me back it up, put it back here so I can use it in when he hurts my feelings, or, you know, pose my mirror up to my face again.
Yeah, but what's so interesting is she holds these things, she keeps them and she holds them, but not to get rid of them. She holds it so that she can complain, so she can keep them, because she uses them so that he won't look at her, her faults. Yeah, so it's manipulation. Like, let me hold this and put this in my back pocket. Let me hold this, put this in my left pocket. So
that's right.
When he starts,
you're not perfect. You're not perfect. You're not perfect. You're not perfect. You're not perfect either. You have things too. And we just have to learn to live with those things. Once we learn how to live with those things, we can have a great relationship. That's how her temper goes, man. It's just crazy.
Because she said, stop kicking my bed. Stop kicking my bed.
Get your foot off my bed. Get your goddamn foot off my bed. That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Start off, then she starts asking, she wants to know what was said to Millie. Why she's had a conversation with Greg.
Yeah, she had the conversation with Greg, and then she wants to know, and then she gets heated and more heated. But no, the funny thing to me, because he's like nervous, and so you get that little tick, that little laughter in there. And then he says, it was private. Why is that so funny to me? Because it wasn't even that deep, but I know that really got under her skin when he said it was private.
Yes. I think that was the trigger. I think that's what's made her head spin around. And she's like, yeah, I think that's what did it. It was private. Some of the stuff private.
Yes, and then
did she really want to hear what was said? Because anytime he tried to start a sentence, she cut him off. What did you say? And then it was, no, you've been talking behind my back. If it was private, then it must be something bad
about me. That's right.
Me.
Yes,
you could have said, I hate that bitch. I don't, whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what that's the bridge that she jumped off of. That if it's private, then it was something bad about me, and you have been talking behind my back to other people in this house about me. You bitch.
Yes. Just like other people in my life. You've been that seemed like that was something that she had experienced, some trauma she was holding on to. You've been talking about me behind my back. You've been talking negatively about me behind my back. You don't even know what was said.
And furthermore, and I don't want to know what was said. That's why I won't let you say anything.
Yes.
Because if you do, then I'm probably gonna find that you probably mentioned that I was inconsistent or something that's gonna, something that's true about me that I don't want to acknowledge at all.
That's right.
So I can't let you. I can't even let you get it out your mouth.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
So I'm gonna punish you. I'm gonna keep punishing you. I'm gonna pull you in, and then I'm gonna punish you. But then I'm gonna say we should still be together.
Yeah. I don't know. Like you said, she's gonna bring him in. I don't know how that conversation was doomed. It was never gonna go right. Period. Even if he hadn't said that it was private, something else in that conversation would have triggered her one way or the other. It was like he said when he walked out the door, first of all, he said, "I'm done. We're done." I don't know if you heard that. He said, "We're done." I don't know if he was saying we're done with this conversation, but he's like, "We're done." But he was like, "I'm damned if I do. I'm damned if I don't. I can't. You can't. You can't, and you won't ever. You won't ever. With this.
Ever. You won't ever." Did you hear when she said, I asked him, what was he saying to Millie about how he felt about me? He got insecurity in him talking about how he feels about her. That she probably knows. He's done. He don't want us. So that's why she feels like it was negative. Because she said, I asked him, what did he tell Millie about how he feels about me?
And then she conveniently leaves out parts. So then I asked him repeatedly, and he tried to tell me, but I wouldn't let him. I wouldn't let him say.
But he said it. He said, listen, I've been checking off things in my head the entire time. I mean, come on. Am I boo-boo the fool? So
That's
he
right.
was already checked out. And this was within 72 hours.
72 hours. What's that movie, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? You remember that movie? She did it in 72.
In 72.
Just like that. Just like that. Yeah. Throwing the flowers at his feet, just rough all the way around. Just
so dysfunctional. Let me end it before you end it. Let me end it before you end it.
Yeah. And I don't know how she's gonna find someone, to be honest with you. I just don't know.
Well, let me say this, because we are at the end of this episode, because I do believe, I don't know, but I do believe he left. I'm just assuming that they both left. I don't know. But yeah, I don't,
Well, yeah, that's they follow up. It's a follow-up episode where they have a discussion about the relationship.
Okay, because my assumption is this over? That's what I'm assuming, but
I think he made it clear. I think when he was leaving out the room and he said, "We're done," I think he meant with this conversation and this relationship. Done. Finito. And he went downstairs and he told Chris, he said, "Oh no, I'm not boo-boo the fool. There's no chance. This is not happening. I'm not doing this at all." So, and the sad part about it is she probably thinking, we still have a chance. We just have to work through, our, personal things and get to know. We're just getting to know each other. So we're going to have some rough bumps along the way.
Yeah, that's what she's thinking. As soon as he learns, because when he gets my wrath about talking to other people about how he feels about me, now he can just say it to me. I'm going to cuss him out, but he better not say it to nobody else.
Yeah, but in turn, I can say talk to whomever I want to about him in our relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can talk to anybody, man, woman, the whole group. I can put him on Front Street, embarrass him anytime I want. But anytime he makes me feel bad about my dysfunction, I'm gonna drag him through the mud. And he needs to stop it. He needs to stop telling me what's wrong with me. What things that bother him that make him feel bad have no interest to me whatsoever, because whatever makes you feel bad makes me feel bad about myself, and
I don't need that. That's not in our relationship, so we can go on and continue this relationship.
Yes, do what I say, and we'll be just fine.
We'll be just fine. Oh, all right, family. Never ever met. That was Sienna and Brandon. Sienna was 43 from New York, and Brandon was 35.
Yes.
And I just want to say, I am from New Jersey, as Millie would say. Well, I get it. I'm from New Jersey, the East Coast, New York. I may be a little rowdy. If you push me to be a little rowdy now, I can be a little rowdy. But I don't act like that.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing. Yeah. Why do they keep saying that Sienna needs somebody she's used to guys that are rough around the edges, that she needs a guy with more of a backbone? What is that?
I don't know.
It's interesting. Interesting comment. I think he's calm and sane and rational and open to genuine conversation.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if they want somebody like the first dude, Dominic, that got sent home. Does you need somebody to yank her up? Is that what y'all are saying? I don't know. That's why I find it curious that they keep mentioning it like it's a bad thing that he doesn't go toe to toe with her. You know what I mean? Like she needs, I think they said it at the dinner table after they played this game, and it was like, she needs somebody with more of a backbone. Like, don't anyway, so that's what I'll say. I think that's an interesting viewpoint of him from others in the house.
No, I totally get it. Yes, I totally get it. Yeah, yes, I get it. Which would be fire on top of fire.
Yeah. And then if he turned around and called her bitch, then all the ladies, hell would break loose.
It would break loose. But that house would be hot. Would that house be hot if them two was together? Lord have mercy. Well, okay. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Mental Health is a Lifestyle podcast with me and my bestie, breaking down the Never Ever Mets. Okay? So come next week, because you have to hear us break down. We're going to break down 2 other couples.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to do Sandia and Chris. Ooh. And then we're going to do your favorite couple.
Who would that be? Diamond and Aaron.
Yeah, there we go. Y'all got to come back to see why that's our favorite couple. All right. I love y'all long time. Thank you. And I will see y'all on the next episode of the Mental Health is a Lifestyle podcast with your girl, Andrea Wise-Brown.